Hello, everyone, and welcome back. In today's lecture, we are going to understand the evolutionary origins of emotions. This is a very interesting topic because it answers a simple but a very important question. Why do emotions exist? Have you ever wondered why human beings experience emotions such as fear, anger, disgust, sadness, happiness, or love? If nature, or as some people believe, God was designing the human body, why would it create emotions that sometimes make us uncomfortable? Why not create human beings who are always calm and happy? So, to understand this, we first need to ask another question. Are emotions useful or are they useless? Many people think emotions are a weakness. They believe that being emotional means losing control or becoming irrational. However, evolutionary psychology tells us exactly the opposite. Emotions are not weaknesses at all. They are actually one of the greatest survival mechanisms that evolution has given us. Let us understand this with a few simple examples. Imagine that you are walking through a forest and suddenly you see a snake. Almost instantly, your body reacts. Your heart starts beating faster, your muscles become tense, and before you even consciously think about it, you step back. Now ask yourself, did your brain first sit down and logically analyze whether the snake was poisonous or not? Of course not. Your emotional system reacted first because there was no time for detailed thinking. Similarly, imagine you open a lunchbox and find that the food has become rotten. The moment you smell or see it, you immediately feel disgusted. You don't have to calculate whether bacteria are present or not. Your emotion itself tells you not to eat it. So, why does this happen? This happens because emotions evolved to protect us. Emotions are not weaknesses, they are biological survival mechanisms. Now, let me take you back around 50,000 years ago and imagine the life of primitive humans. Were there any hospitals or antibiotics or police or any emergency services or any modern technology? Obviously not. Every day was a struggle for survival. Human beings had to protect themselves from wild animals, from poisonous plants, from dangerous environments, from infections, and attacks from other groups as well. So, in such situations, survival depended on reacting quickly rather than thinking slowly. The individuals who immediately sensed danger and escaped were more likely to survive and to have children. Those who failed to react often lost their lives even before they could reproduce. Over thousands of generations, natural selection favored these quick emotional responses. Gradually, emotions became deeply programmed into the human brain. Therefore, according to the evolutionary theory, emotions are biological survival mechanisms that have been shaped through evolution. Now, let us understand the purpose of some important emotions. The first emotion that we understand is fear. So, fear helps us avoid danger. Whenever we perceive a threat, fear immediately prepares us to protect ourselves. It encourages us either to run away, hide, or defend ourselves. Now, the second emotion is disgust. Disgust protects us from infection and diseases like rotten food, dirty water, foul smells, or bodily waste naturally produce disgust because avoiding these things reduces the chances of illnesses. Now, let us understand the third emotion, anger. Anger helps us to protect our resources, our family, our territory, or our personal rights. It prepares us to confront situations where something valuable is being threatened. Now, let us understand love as an emotion. Now, love promotes bonding between parents and children, between family members, and between partners. Without love and emotional attachment, parents might not invest years of care in raising their children. Thus, love plays a major role in the survival of the next generation. Now, let us understand sadness. Although sadness feels unpleasant, it also serves an important function. When we feel sad, other people recognize our emotional state and often provide comfort, care, and emotional or social support. This strengthens relationships and also helps individuals recover from difficult situations. And finally, we understand happiness. So, whenever we perform behaviors that improve our survival or well being, such as eating nutritious food, or achieving a goal, or building relationships, or helping others, we experience happiness. So, this is a positive feeling which encourages us to repeat those beneficial behaviors in the future. So, every major emotion has a specific biological purpose. An interesting way to understand this is by comparing emotions with fever. We know that when we develop fever, many people think the fever itself is a disease. But actually, fever is one of the body's defense mechanisms against infection. So, how we relate emotions with fever right now is similarly, emotions are not the problem. They are protective responses that help us deal with the challenges in our environment. Now, let us look at one of the best examples that we understand, that is fear. Imagine that a patient suddenly encounters a dangerous situation. What happens inside the body? The person's heart rate increases. This is called tachycardia. After the heart rate increases, there is sweating, the hands tremble, pupils dilate. So, many people think these changes indicate illness. But is this illness? No. In reality, in fact, these are completely normal physiological responses. The increased heart rate pumps more oxygen rich blood to the muscles so that the body can either fight or run away. Similarly, sweating helps to cool the body during intense physical activity. Now, what do dilated pupils do? It allows us to see better as more light could enter the eyes, improving our vision and helping the person detect danger more effectively. Now, trembling is caused by increased muscle activation, preparing the muscles for rapid action. In other words, our body is preparing itself for survival. So, this is known as fight or flight response, which is one of the most remarkable protective mechanisms of our body. Now, let us discuss one of the greatest scientists who changed our understanding of emotions, that is Charles Darwin. So, before Darwin, many people believed that human emotions were unique and completely different from those of animals. However, Darwin proposed a revolutionary idea. He suggested that because humans and animals share common evolutionary ancestors, they also share many emotional expressions. If you observe animals carefully, you will notice remarkable similarities. Have you ever seen a frightened dog with its tail tucked between its legs? Or have you seen an angry monkey showing aggression? Or a mother animal protecting her babies with great courage? You even must have seen young animals also play with each other just as human children do. Many people have even observed grieving behavior in pets after the loss of a companion or their owner. These similarities suggest that emotions did not suddenly appear only in humans. They evolved gradually over millions of years and are shared to varying degrees across many species. This idea became one of the foundations of evolutionary psychology. So, to conclude today's lecture, always remember this important sentence: emotions are to the mind what pain is to the body. Just as pain warns us that something may be physically wrong and needs attention, emotions warns us about psychological and social situations that may affect our survival and well-being. Fear warns us of danger. Disgust warns us of contamination. Anger warns us that something valuable is under threat. Sadness signals the need for support. Love strengthens relationships, and happiness reinforces behaviors that promote survival and success. Therefore, emotions should never be viewed merely as weaknesses or disturbances. They are intelligent biological adaptations that have evolved over thousands of years to help human beings survive, protect, and build relationships and also ultimately flourish. Thank you for watching.